doing that. All right, so good evening once again. To introduce our facilitator for this evening session, permit me to share screen. And when you can see my screen, kindly let me know with a thumbs up, just an emoji, something to let me know that you're seeing my screen. Benga Ashaolu. Dr. Benga Ashaolu is a multiple award-winning public health leader, a certified goal success coach, and a distinguished Toastmaster. He's the founder of Pacesetters Leadership Center and the author of Peak Performance Capsules. He's passionate about continuous and never-ending improvement, and this I am a living witness to. Let me also add that Dr. Benga is a mentor, is a coach. He is a sponsor of mine. When Skills to Go just came up as just an idea, he's that person that gave the push, like, go ahead and do it. The platform that we utilize in doing our monthly webinar was given to us by Dr. Benga Ashaolu at no cost. If he's not just wonderful, I don't know what is short of that. So this is me saying thank you very much, sir, for all that you do and for all that you keep doing. We really, really appreciate you, your presence, your availability, your support has been a strong influence to the growth of African Guru Academy and the Skills to Go platform. So we appreciate you. Thank you very much for choosing to be available to share with us from your wealth of experience and knowledge this evening. We honor you. So please, before he comes on board to comment, I would appreciate if we can unmute, give him a resounding applause. I would really, really appreciate that. So let's just unmute and appreciate him for African Guru Academy. We are waiting that. I'm not seeing anybody unmuting. And if we don't unmute, he's not going to start.
Okay.
Good evening, DTM Benga. So good to have you.
Thank you so much. God bless you. We appreciate you, sir.
Good evening, DTM Benga. Thank you so much for coming to do this with us.
All right. Thank you very much. Over to you, sir. You're okay.
I know it's deliberate. Thank you, everyone. Thank you to the African Guru himself. Thank you for this platform. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to share with amazing and wonderful people. And thank everyone, because I know you could have been in other places. There are a lot of activities that are going on. I know some people have events they could have decided to participate in. Everybody is preparing for the holiday and the Christmas. And I know that you could have actually spent some of your time to do that. But you decided that you want to sharpen your goal setting skill and goal achievement skill ahead of 2025. So I know there's been an icebreaker there, but from amongst the 10 people that we have apart from me, can you just drop in the chat? I want to know how many of us in the 2024 that we are concluding have or had a written goal. If you had a written goal for 2024, drop 1. So I will not ask you if you achieve all your goals. So if you had a written goal, just drop 1. Okay, I can see from African Guru. Oh, excellent. I'm in the midst of goal setters. Amazing. Excellent. So which other person has goals written down? You wrote down your goals somewhere. I can see. Hi, everyone. Okay. Okay. Kojoy. Only 5 people out of 11. Excellent. Great. So, excellent. Okay. So out of 10, 6 persons said they have a goal written down. If you had a goal, but it was not written down, can you drop 2 in the box? If you had a goal, so I know because I didn't get up to 10 once. If you had a goal, but you didn't write it down, drop 2 in the chat. If you do not have a goal for 2024, just drop 3. Okay, somebody had a goal, but don't write it down too. If you did not have a goal for 2024, drop 3. So if by now today's December 20, if you have written down your goal for 2025, type yes. If you have written down your goal for 2025, type yes. For 2025, type yes. If you have written down your goal for 2025, type yes. Excellent. I can see one, soon to be distinguished, a co-coach of mine, Coach Joy Inacho. You have your goal for 2025. Is there another person that have a goal for 2025 written down already as of today? Okay, African Guru said partially. Excellent. Great. So let me see if something can happen. This is going to be a two-part presentation. I'm going to time myself. I need to drop off exactly 2 o'clock. No, sorry, exactly 8 p.m. Sorry. So I'm going to be dropping off. So we have 47 minutes. It's going to be a two-part presentation. The first part, I'm going to run through the 7 steps of goal setting, and then we're going to do an activity for the last 30 minutes where we will ensure that we perfect and cast our goal. Unfortunately, there's a friend of mine who was also at the last year's edition of the goal setting workshop. This young man is a friend of mine. I've known him way back. I've been on his case, and he's been like a mentee to me. He has been a part of some of the programs we've done together, but he did something different. He attended the goal setting workshop and implemented everything that we discussed last December. At that time, this young man, let me see if he's here, because he promised was going to come. Okay, he's not here. His annual salary was in the range of 6 digits. And one of the goals he set for himself was to move from 6 digits to 8 digits. So that young man, as I speak to you now, has had to relocate from Abuja to Lagos to pick up a job of 8 digits annual income. That was one of his many goals for 2024, and it worked out for him. I would have wanted him to say what were the things he did differently that made him to be able to achieve that goal. But today, we are going to learn together, and we are going to practicalize the things we will learn. So I'm not going to be a lecturer, I'm going to be a facilitator. So let us go. You have so those people who written down their goals for 2024, kudos to you. Those people who have a goal for 2024 but did not write it down, I think you are going to change your ways in this particular period, and then you are going to change the way you operate. First, have you imagined having a football match where there was no goal post and there's no goalkeeper? So you can use the chat box. How do you think it will be if you are in front, you are watching Arsenal and Barcelona, but there's no goal post? All they are just doing is dribbling and tossing the ball around for 90 minutes. I don't want Africa Guru alone to be interacting with me. I want to be attentive. I want to be sure that you don't log in and step out from your computer. Do you think it will be interesting? Do you think there will be a drive? What do you think? Somebody said it's going to be chaotic. Yeah, chaotic. What other things do you think will happen if there's a football match and there is no goalpost? So even if you are shy, you should not be shy to type. Terrible outcome. Okay, great. So that won't be any achievement. Why? Because they will have ended up wasting all their energy, going from pillar to post without a winner or a loser. That would be disorganization. That would be a terrible outcome. Everybody will not have a sense of accomplishment or a sense of fulfillment. They will not have direction. They will not have focus.
Thank you very much.
That won't be order. Excellent. Great. So a goal is a dream with a deadline, according to Napoleon Hill. In fact, I have a lot of people that have taught me about goals, but the person that actually shaped my life about goal setting is no other person than Brian Tracy. So in the year 2008, I bought a book written by Brian Tracy, and the title of the book is Goals. And in that book, it discussed about 21 methodology of goal setting. Along the line, he modified the methodology to be like 14 methodology, but in recent time, he has been talking about 7 steps to goal setting. In 2008, let me tell you my background. I was born and brought up in Ilesha in Osun State in Nigeria. I didn't go to Lagos until when I was in Part 4. I think I went for a program. That was the first time I found myself in Lagos. My first ever job, I got it right staying in Ilesha. I was hired to come and assume a position in Lagos. And I remember somebody vividly was trying to make fun of me. This one, the way I speak is like there's a geisha that smells in the way I speak. She was trying to shut me down. That where is this local boy that they brought all the way from Malaysia? So I now looked at the person's face and said, wow, really? Well, so that means everybody in Lagos is so smart that they couldn't get somebody to fill this top position that they went to bring me all the way from Malaysia. But that's the by the side. But what happened that year? That year, I made up my mind and I set a goal. And the goal was for me to land a high-paying job with a top organization. And I began to, so all these things that I am explaining now, I knew it way back since 2008. And then when I wanted to start sharing with people, I asked myself, do I have a result? Do I have the audacity to be able to teach it? And what I did was to apply those things that I knew into my life. And to people that know me, they can attest to it, that I have results to show for goal setting. I remember some few months ago, I came across my 2016 goals and I shared with the African Guru. And then he looked at it. It was there in my file. I just saw it in my computer. And then he said, oh, wow, that everything on this goal has been achieved. Yes, because there's a system to achieving goals. And that is what I want to discuss with us, and I want us to practicalize together. I actually have a template for goal setting worksheets. I shared it with African Guru. If you can drop it in the chat, it would be great. So that when we get to that stage of working with the worksheets, everybody will do something. And by the time we are done with this meeting, you will have your framework, your 2025 goal framework that you're going to be working with. So that said, let us go to the next one, which is the 7 steps. So the first one is you need to decide exactly what you want. In one of the stories that I shared with you, I told you that particular year, I told myself I wanted to land a top job in a top organization. Let me tell you, before that particular job that I got eventually, the particular time that I actually set for to get a job, that year I said to land a high-paying job with a top organization by September 30, 20 something. I resumed my job in that top-paying job on September 19 of that particular year. I have a tradition when I'm setting my goal, I set it in a reflective mode. So for example, I ask if anyone has set their goals for 2025. My goal setting is a process. I start setting my goals from October till December, and then I launch it, print it out, paste it everywhere that are very visible to me by January of that year. So for 2025, I started working on my goals since October. I will refine it, I will edit it, I will reflect on it, and by December, I will be done. And then by January, I will have it printed out and I will paste it, and that will be what I'm going to be working with. But you need to be very, very clear what you want. And there's something mysterious and strange and divine about goal setting. It doesn't concern you. It does not matter how it will be achieved. All you need to know is what you want. So, because if you don't know where you are going, or if you don't know what you want, any road will take you there. The benefit of goal setting is that it helps you to be able to be clear in your mind. You are able to speak with confidence. You know what is right for you. You know what is not right for you. You know what you want. So you're not confused when it's come for you to make the decision and to save stuff. Because when you set goals, a lot of things will now start coming up, probably to distract you or to prevent you or to facilitate your goal achievement. But once you are clear and you have it, is a process, something I've talked about for 3 months, not at a stretch, but at least at intervals. I have documented it. And then I've pasted it so I know what I want. So for example, if one of my goals for the year was for me to write a book, if you give me another, maybe you propose another stuff to me that does not align with writing the book, and I know it's going to take a lot of my time, I am not likely to follow that particular advice because it does not align with what I want to do. So you need to be clear. What do you want to do? What do you want to achieve? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to be? Who do you want to relate with? Who do you want to associate with? Which organization do you want to work? Which business do you want to start? How much do you want to make? So for example, one of the goals I set for this year was to save 30,000 naira daily, and so that I'm sure that in that 35 days, at least I have 1 million plus in savings, and that savings is towards an investment. So if you bring me an idea that will want me to be losing 3,000 or even more every day, I will not likely go with that idea. I will go with an idea that will help me to save 3,000 so that I can save that 3,000 per day so that I can achieve my goal for the year. I'm not sure anyone was at the last event that we had, that we all agreed that the first step for you to becoming a billionaire or a millionaire is to develop the habit of savings. And I even propose to you that even if you cannot save much, can you start with saving 1,000 per day so that at least you first attain your thousandaire status, so that you can now scale it up the following year, that you become a millionaire before you now start thinking of becoming a billionaire, because you need to be realistic with your goal setting. So clarity is very important and is at the heart of goal setting. So the first point today is that you need to be clear about your goals. Don't be confused. You need to be sure. You need to have clarity. Let's go to the second one. So the second one is, to those two persons that had their goals but did not write it down, I am not happy to tell you that you have not started in this journey of goal setting. But after today, you are going to start writing goal. All you had were wishes. And if wishes were horses, beggars will ride. But first thing you need to do now is those wishes that you have for the year 2025, before the end of today's meeting, you need to start documenting them, write them down, refine it, reflect on it, sharpen it, remodel it, and then prepare it for 2025. Because there's been a lot of research. I have YouTube videos on this. I've watched other YouTube presentations on this that shows the magic of writing down your goals. In fact, the first attempt of achievement of a goal, or the first contact of the goal from the invisible realm to the visible realm, is when you write it down. When you write down your goal, I must let you know that you are almost 80% likely to achieve it. Because people who do not have goals, they consider about 83% of people that we have around in the business world, amongst entrepreneurs, in the professional and career space. Only about 14% have the goals in their head. We found 2 people today who only had their goals in their head, but only 3% of people actually write down their goals. Fellow guests and people that are listening, those were some of the things I discovered as early as 2008 when I was observing some people that I loved, that I actually want to follow their footsteps. I found out that they are committed to writing down their goals. They are goal setters. So today, ensure you are not just clear about your goals, but you develop the habit of writing down your goals. You have a template. That template, if it has not been shared, it will be shared with you so that you can document your goals. African Guru, please confirm that you can upload that goal setting instrument here so that people can download.
For some reason, there seems to be restriction and I can't upload documents. I think it's from the setting of the Zoom.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow, okay, let me see something. Oh, no, okay. Oh, I think you're right. You're right.
What I can do, I can share the link to the WhatsApp holding room here.
Okay,
and you join in, then you get the documents.
Yeah, so I think that's the way to go. So if you write down your goals, you are 30 times more successful, likely to be more successful than your. So some people on this call have asked me, I need to show them some of the things that are working for me. I would not want to call them out, but I will say I acknowledge and I appreciate you guys for joining. One of the things that changed my life, changed my career, changed my business, changed everything about me is the heart of goal setting. I am very clear. I remember sometimes in 2010, I was discussing with a colleague of mine. We used to be classmates in secondary school. At that time, she read mathematics. She was doing a PhD. She was already a lecturer in the Obafemi University. And then I just entered for my master's. And then she was asking me the things I wanted to do. Okay, and I said, okay, yeah. I said, I love lecturing, but I'm not lecturing. I just stood up, okay, because I went to a public school that your graduation is not certain. You are not sure that you will graduate at the time you are supposed to graduate, especially for your master's because of the bureaucracies. But I told her exact time I was going to graduate. I told her the time I was going to get my first job. I told her when I was going to move to my second job. I told her when I was going to go international. And then by the time she was done, she just looked at me. She said, I have everything figured out. I'm not surprised because the last time we spoke, she said, but those are the things I told her in 2010. Those are the things that are playing out. Yeah. Even beyond what we're going to say today, we need to also know that goal setting is in dimensions. But today we are going to cover goal setting for some different dimensions, but we're going to be focusing more on the next 12 months. But by the time you advance in goal setting, you will set your 20-year goal. You will set your 10-year goal, and then you will set your 5-year goal. Then you will now set your annual goal that will fit into the 5-year goals, the 10-year goal, the 20-year goals. So that's one thing about goal setting. It gives you clarity, or you need to be clear so that you can set good goals that will further reinforce your clarity. You need to write down those goals. Don't just say it with your mouth. Write it down. Because there's every likelihood for you to achieve those goals that you wrote down than the ones you didn't write down. Then, it is not enough for you to be clear and to write it down. You need to be willing to pay whatever price. There are some goals that will actually force you to be shameless. For example, I was reading the story of a doctor who wanted to become influential. And then he told some other stories that happened to him, but he found out that two things actually are more powerful than the profession of medicine that he chose. The first one is to be very, very influential. When you speak, a lot of people want to listen to you. And the second one is to have money, because money answers many things. And he asked himself, how can he do that? He said, for him to be influential as a doctor, I've even forgotten his handle, but I saw it just some few hours ago. He said he needs to have a lot of followers. He needs to create content every day. He needs to be visible. he needs to work with others. And do you know what? In 2001, he set a goal to have, in 2021, he set a goal to have 15,000 followers. And what he was planning to do was to ensure that every day he creates at least a 1-minute content that he uploads. He will ensure that he works with influencers to promote his page. You can't believe that as at this morning, this guy has 351,000 followers. I'm not following him, but every time he posts anything, I see it. It fits my page on Instagram. So how did somebody move from 2021 or 15,000 goals to 351 goals, 351,000 followers in 2024? It must have been too goal setting. I didn't have an idea of what he achieved in 2021, but I'm very sure that after he achieved that goal in 2021, he developed the habit of continuous goal setting. On that post, he did a snapshot of the goal he wrote down in 2021, just to authenticate the fact that goal setting actually worked for him. There are times that the price you need to pay might be to read long hours. The price for you to pay at times might be for you to go out of your shell and meet people that you naturally would not want to meet. There are some people that they have the information that can change your life. There are some programs that you need to enroll for. I remember one time I enrolled for a training program that was equivalent of my entire 2 months salary. It was a goal I had for that year, that I wanted to get an international certification in a particular stuff. And it was going to consume the entire 2 months salary for me to be able to pay for that course. And then I did. You can't believe that in 6 months after that training, I got a job that was paying me ×2 of the amount I used to do that course. So you might have to pay for a course. You might have to pay for a coach. You might have to read long hours. You might have to watch long hour videos. You might have to learn a new skill. You might have to learn a new language for you to achieve that your goal. So what price are you expected to pay to achieve the goal? Maybe there's somebody here who wants to do in cross-continental business. For you to work well with people in China, maybe you need to learn a new language from the Chinese guys, the Chinese language. Maybe you need to work and do business with people in the Francophone countries. That means you need to learn French. Is it easy to learn a new language? No. But you need to do what you have to do. Pay the price to ensure that your goal will come to pass. I wrote here, you have to put in before you get out. You have to give before you receive. You have to pay the price before you enjoy the reward. So to be sure that you are following me, what are the first 3 steps I've mentioned? Somebody should type it. I want to be sure that I'm being followed, that I'm not alone. What are the first 3 steps before we delve into the 4th one? What was the first step to goal setting, the second step, and the 3rd step? I'm waiting for you so that we can move forward. Excellent. GBA, Coach GBA, clarity. That's the number 1. Thank you. Who else is going to give us the second nugget? Clarity. You need to be very clear. Write down your goal. That is a GBA. JBA, you are doing well. Excellent. The 3rd one that we just completed now. Am I the only one on this call? Let me see. I'm not the only one, and there are 15 people. Be willing to pay the price. Excellent. So you need to have a plan, a detailed one, not a plan that is haphazard. You need to have a plan that is clear. Because what? A plan of action gives you a track to run on. In fact, you might not even call it a detailed plan. You can call it a roadmap. I've worked 1 or 2 times with the African Guru. African Guru knows that I share road plans with him. Road plan, or roadmap. The steps you are going to be taking where you want to get to. Roadmap is very important. Making a detailed plan is very, very important. Ensure that you have a roadmap. So, for example, if your goal is to write a best-selling book, I would think that you need to first read 1 or 2 best-selling books to know what kind of content we have in best-selling book. After reading, I think you also want to learn the marketing strategy of the best-selling books. And I think also you need to dedicate some time to writing the component and the chapters of that book. So if your goal is to make 1 million sales of a particular product, I think you need to first understudy people that have sold 1 million items in a year. That would be your roadmap, the time you would devote to understanding them. Secondly, I think you need to also understudy the marketing strategy they use to sell 1 million things. Then I think you also need to understudy how they were able to seal the deals, who they worked with, and what duration it took them to be able to make the 1 million sales, maybe in a year or in a month. Those things will form your roadmap. The study, the reading, the connections, the networking, everything you put together, and you arrange it in a stepwise manner that it will lead from one step to another to ensuring that your goal is achieved. If you want to become a competent speaker, what are the things you think you want to do? I think you want to first learn how to speak well. I'm sure you might want to join an organization that exposes you to be able to speak well. I think you need to take on projects or speaking roles that will help you to speak well. And you need to have a roadmap to achieving the competency of becoming a good or a great speaker. Those are the things you need to do, which is the fourth step of having a roadmap, a detailed plan. Because a plan of action gives you a track to run on. The fifth one is, it is good for you to be clear, it's good for you to write it down, it's good for you to have a roadmap, it's good for you to be willing to pay the price, but you need to have action orientation. If you talk and don't do, you will not have. If you think it and you don't wake up, or dream it and you don't wake up to act on it, it will not come to pass. So you need to work and take action on those plans that you have set for yourself. Because faith without works is dead. The sixth step is that ensure that everything you are doing every day is in line with that goal you have set for yourself. If you are not planning to be a script writer or to be a movie producer, I'm not sure you should be watching Netflix every day. If you are not planning to be a professional footballer, I am not sure that you should spend, or you want to be a coach, a football coach, I'm not sure you should be spending all your time watching football. Because somebody said you are spending your time watching people achieve their own goals when you need to take action on your own goals daily. So what is that thing? What is that thing that you want to do and you want to become? What are you supposed to be doing every day to achieve and accomplish it? I want to challenge you that every singular day, ensure that what you are doing is in alignment with your goal. And last but not the least, I will not come here and tell you that it's easy. Let me tell you there's a major goal that I have just achieved this year. It was my number 2 goal for 2023, and it was my number 2 goal for 2024. In 2023, I did not achieve that goal. In 2024, I achieved the goal. If I achieved the goal before February of 2024. So, but because I did not achieve the goal in 2023 doesn't mean that I have to remove it from my goals. In fact, what I did was to actually improve it, and I put it in 2024. And eventually, I achieved that goal. Because you will face hindrances, you will face obstacles, you will have discouragement, but you need to decide beforehand that no matter what it takes, you are not going to quit. Because I've come to learn that winners don't quit and quitters don't win. If you want to win, ensure that you persevere, ensure that you are dogged, ensure that you are determined, that no matter what, this goal, even if it takes you more than 2 years, you are going to achieve the goal. I know you need information about how to set goals. Those information are available on my YouTube. I've had like more than 30 something minutes extensive on the goal setting methodology that will help you to set smart and achievable goal that has a deadline, that has a timeline, and then the kind of wordings you use to frame your goals. Those you can have access to them on my YouTube channel. But today we are moving into the second part. Then the good thing is that when it comes to succeeding in life, there are no latecomers. When it comes to goal setting, there are no latecomers. You are never too old to set another goal. The person who owns KFC started off KFC at the age of 83 or so. I know a major billionaire in Nigeria who at 45 was nowhere to be found. He wasn't anywhere. Today, I think he's 72 years. He's a billionaire. He owns conglomerates in Nigeria. He's a man that I love and admire so much. At 45, he was still a taxi driver in the United States. But today, it's a major player in the telecommunication industry. So it's not about your age. It's not about your location. It's not about... So that's one thing about goal setting. It is not about the class of your degree. It is not about your education. It is not about your location, your background. Goal setting is your personal responsibility. Everybody set goal. Anybody who sets goal can achieve their goal. Because one thing you should look at is that if you look around you, there are people that are your age group. There are people that have the same education with you, that are doing massive things. They don't have two heads. They don't have 4 eyes. All they have is they have information, and they have decided to work with that information. And today, you are getting exposed to that information. These things I'm going to expose you to in the next segment. They were the things that I did and changed my life. I'm telling you. So people that know my story. People that know the things I'm up to, they know what I'm up to. But I must tell you that it is powerful, it is magnetic, it is transformational. And I want you to take it serious because we're going to do that for about 10 minutes. Let's go. So it is the action exercises. Let me see in the chat box. Does anyone have the, if you have the workbook? If you don't have the workbook, I think you should get a notebook. A notebook so that you can participate in this activity. So I will give you 1 minute to grab a notebook for yourself. If you have the worksheets from African Guru, you can open it on your computer. If you are able to print it out, you can print it out. If you have a play sheet, you can bring a play sheet and a pen. But I'm giving you 1 minute to do that so that we can participate well in the action exercise. Meanwhile, if you have any question as regards what I've been presented so far, I will entertain you to drop it on the chat box. I can quickly respond before we go into the transformational session. This session has just 4 components. I'm going to be asking 4 activities that we're going to participate in. And if you participate in that activity, I bet you, and I kid you not, December 2025, when you look back, you will be amazed at what will have happened to you. I have a lot of testimonies, a lot of evidences. I'm not the only evidence of what I'm showing you. I have people whose life has changed, all because they participated in this and did it. So if you have your pen and your paper, give me your favorite emoji. If you have your pen and your paper, please give me your favorite emoji. If you are ready for the exercise, give me your favorite emoji. If you are ready for the exercise, I want to see your favorite emoji. I can see that people are not ready. If you are ready, I will see you. If you are ready, I will see. Let me see. African Guru, can you see anyone? only one person and only two persons. Wow, really? Just two persons are ready? You have invested a lot of time and you have 10 minutes more to invest. I think you will make the best use of that time if you have a plain sheet of paper, if you have your worksheet open to participate in this transformational activity. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Oh, wow, I can see people are ready. In fact, some people are even giving me scary emojis. Excellent, great, let's go. Great, great, great. Yes, I can see it. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to pretend as if there are no limitations in life. Imagine you have superpowers and you are not broke. You are not limited in finance. You are not limited by your geographical location. You are not limited by anything whatsoever. I want you to make out a dream list. Write it down on the first page. The things you would like to have someday. Is it a Ferrari? Is it a Bugatti? Is it a G-Wagon? Is it an apartment or two apartments in Banana Island, Ikoyi, Lagos? Or do you want to own apartments in United States, in United Kingdom? Do you want to be a top CEO of a conglomerate that has branches in 4 continents? What is that thing you want to become? What is that thing you want to achieve? You want to be the president of Nigeria. That thing you want to become, I dare you today, there are no limitation. Nobody's going to laugh at you. It is only for your consumption alone. Those childhood dreams of yours, those things you wanted to become, that you are still not become yet, write them down. What is that thing that you want to achieve with your life? The significance you want to attain. That thing that, if you don't have a limitation, you want to achieve it, write it down. I expect by now you should be thinking of not less than 5 things. Do you want to be a global best-selling author? Do you want to one day be invited to address the United Nations Convention or Congress? Is it that you want to be invited for your innovation or for your exploits at the White House or at the president at the Astor Villa? What is that thing that you want to do? Do you want to invent something that will have your name, like Thomas Edison did? Or do you want to? What is that thing you want to do? Do you want to be a billionaire by a particular age? Write it down. So if you are done writing your dream, without any limitation, I beg, type 1. If you are, yeah, I'm on the move, but I'm following. Excellent. Thank you for following while on the move. If you are done writing those things you want to accomplish, Dr. Kechukwaba, are you done writing those things? You are still writing? Please write. So, ladies and gentlemen, some time ago, I wrote down my dream. You know, for anybody that would mistakenly, so what you are writing, when somebody mistakenly sees it, the person should say you are mad or you are not well. Coach Joy, are you done writing those dreams? Those things you want to accomplish with your life. Those things you want to accomplish in your lifetime. Those things you want to attain. The kind of influence you want to command. The kind of person you want to become. The kind of things you want to make happen. Are you done writing them? I wrote some things that some people felt I was crazy, that was impossible. You know, I wrote some things that it required you to be a graduate of Harvard to accomplish it in your lifetime. But I understand the power of goal setting. That is not about your education, it's not about your qualification. I know that goal setting is transformational and magical. So if you are done, okay, Coach Joy, you are done, Abi. If you are done, write yes. we have one person that is done with making a dream list. Oh, excellent. Stephen, you're done. Brilliant. By the way, I know one of the things that will be on Stephen's is to one day I can see a lot of people. Excellent. Great. I can see Blessing. I can see Iyabode. I can see Kareem. Great. Now that you have written those things that you want to accomplish in your lifetime, thinking that you do not have a limitation, there's nothing binding you, nothing limiting you, nothing restricting you. Let us go to the next step. So the next step is now to have 10 things. So these 10 things are the things you want to achieve in the next 12 months in 2025. So the way you are going to be crafting it is that you will craft it as if you have achieved them. So one of those things is that the way you couch it, I landed a top job that pays $1 million US in United States by April 2025. By April 30, 2025. So you are not going to write it as if you want to. You write it as if you have achieved it. I landed a top job with a conglomerate that paid, okay, or I landed a contract of 100 million USD by September 30, 2025. I sold 1 million copies of my book by August 30, 2025. I achieved a 1 billion sales target by June 30, 2025. I delivered a keynote speech to Fortune 500 CEOs October 30, 2025. I have 500,000 new followers on YouTube by November 30, 2025. If you are a Toastmaster, I became a distinguished Toastmaster 30th September 2025. If you are into academia, I defended my thesis July 31st, 2025. So what are those things? Ensure that the goals cut across different areas of your life, your financial, your career, your business, your relationship. If you are single, I want to get married. I got married to the person of my dream October 30, 2025. You need to decide those things you want to do and put them in your goal. I can see GBA congratulating somebody. It's like somebody's goal had already been achieved right away, right? All right. So if you are done writing your 10 goals, 10 goals, oh my goodness, time is fast spent. If you are done writing your 10 goals, please type done, 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 done. If you are done writing your 10 goals, write done, 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 done. If you are sure you are done with your 10 goals, oh my goodness, wow. Oh my goodness, excellent, 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 excellent. Oh my goodness, somebody is not just done, somebody is done. I can see that. So ladies and gentlemen, so far, having done your dream list and created your 10 goals, can you write down how you feel? What is the feeling like? Writing your dream list and creating your 10 goals for 2025. Just let me see what expression can you use to describe how you feel now, how you're feeling. Writing down your dream list and writing your 10 goals. How do you feel? You can write it down. You are permitted to write it down. I can see a lot of people done. I'm waiting for you. How do you feel? Writing your dream list and writing your 10 goals. Let me tell you something. There are no limitations in life. Every limitation is a limitation of the mind. Somebody is aware, self-aware, motivated, and determined. Oh my goodness. Excellent. I want to see some other people that have done the activity. How do you feel? How are you feeling? What are you feeling? Writing your dream list and creating your 10 goals. Okay, some people are feeling different. Some people are feeling normal. Some people are just there. So one danger of goal setting is that it is too simple. People don't believe that goal setting can change their life because it's simple to do. Is it not just write it down? I can write anything. No. It is that simplicity that actually brings the best in you. Somebody say, I felt like it's going to be really, really hard, but I'm ready to push through. Somebody said, I feel reawakened, motivated, galvanized into action. I feel weird. Excellent. Those are the correct feeling you'll be feeling. In fact, I've not seen somebody that will say, I feel I'm crazy. Yeah, because maybe the word can actually pass for that. I've written some things down that I feel that am I all right? But let me tell you, you are all right. Oh, yeah, somebody's feeling scared. Yes, you should feel scared. If your goal is not scaring you, your goal is not scaring you, I think you have just underestimated yourself with whatever you have written. Oh my goodness. I felt as if I'm among the headlights and scared. Oh my goodness. Yes, you're going to be among the headlights because your goal will catapult you to a place where you don't know that. Let me tell you, when you now start achieving your goal, what will be coming to your mind is that, how did I get here? The only thing you can reasonably say, okay, you know that you set the goal, but you'll be asking yourself, how did I get here? I had that feeling, I've been there before. I will ask myself, what did I do differently? Why is it me? How did I get here, for God's sake? And you look around you, you look at the credential of people around you, you look at the pedigree of people around you, you be asking yourself, how did I find myself here? So that is the goal of this session, to ensure that you write down your dream list, you create your 10 goals, and then we are not going to do this. You are going to be doing it when you get home. Among your 10 goals, there is one goal there. If you achieve that one goal alone, your life will not remain the same. Out of that 10 goals, there's one goal in that goal. If you achieve that one goal like this, everything changes for you. That one goal, if that's the only thing you achieve, every other goal will follow it, will run after it. So, for example, I'm looking for a good example to use for you. Somebody said, okay, one of the goals is, okay, you want to save your first million in 2025, but no, let me do 2024. That guy. So that guy was earning less than 200,000 as of December 2023. And then one of his goals is to be able to save 1 million in 2024. And by October 2024, the guy landed a job that was paying more than 10 million per annum. So landing that goal that paid more automatically helped him to be able to save that is 1 million target easily. So there's one goal. Maybe you want to make your first billion. There's one goal. What if you create a product that is unique and then you are able to make a sales that will give you your first million? There's a goal amongst the 10 set of goals that if you achieve that goal alone, your life, don't, I'm telling you. Somebody is feeling fly. Oh my goodness. Excellent. I felt I'm okay. You're among the highlights. Excellent. So the final part of this is you need to come up with a plan to achieve that one goal that will change your life forever. That one goal. That one goal. You need to have a plan for it, a written out plan. List everything that you have to do to accomplish that goal. There are some goals that will need you to hire a coach. There are some goals that will need you to take a course. There are some goals that will need to engage a consultant. There are some goals that will need you to find a mentor. So what are the things you need to do to achieve that one goal? Ladies and gentlemen, once you conclude that, ensure that some of the things I exposed you to while I was doing the preliminary is for you to take immediate action. Once you have found that goal and write out all the things you need to do, then you need to take action. If it is for you to look for a mentor, quickly reach out to your mentor today, not tomorrow. If it is for you to take a course, go and register for the course and go and look for the money for the course. Register first and see if there's a waiting list and look for the money. If it is for you to engage a consultant, search for the best consultant in that area so that that consultant can advise you on how you can achieve that goal. If it is for you to read somebody's biography so that you can learn how the person did it. If it is for you to go and visit the person's LinkedIn profile or to go and read everything about the person, you need to start doing that right away. Because if you achieve that one goal, everything will change for you forever and your life will never remain the same. Ensure that every singular day, whatever you are doing is moving you towards your goal in 2025. This was how we did this program in December 2023, and then another one in January 2024. If I don't know anything, I know somebody who moved from earning about below 200,000 to earning close to 1 million per month, all because he embraced goal setting. If I don't know anything, I know somebody who had on his goal to be hired and to work with top organization in the United States. As at December 2023, in December 2024, the person was hired and brought into the US to be working in the US because of goal setting. Thank you for having me. I hope that you have learned one thing from this. We can take this conversation further. I am available on social media. You can follow me on X. You can link with me on Instagram. This is my Facebook. This is also my YouTube. I have some recordings on my YouTube if you want to go over this conversation again. Thank you to the African Guru, the very articulate coach Abdul Karim Adeiza. Thank you everyone who has listened to me and allowed me to share with you some of the things that I've learned over the years that have worked for me, that I don't doubt will work for everybody who is ready to implement it. Thank you. Over to our moderator and our coordinator and facilitator.
Thank you, our delectable leader and facilitator. When I said this was well thought out and planned, you would all agree with me. Value has been received. If you received value this evening, can we see a 1 on the chat box? If what you received this evening was valuable, let's see a 1. Thank you very much, sir. You do us. Oh, wow, there's a 1. And let's keep it coming. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So yes, personally, I took I was part of the goal setting webinar last year, the one hosted by African Guru Academy and the one hosted by the astounding Dr. Benga himself in January. I had a lot of goals, crazy goals, right? I thought that I was crazy in setting these goals, and some came to be. I achieved some of those goals, and I had to reflect and ask myself, so it's actually possible to achieve goals. So yes, there's power in goal setting, and writing your goal alone gives life to it. It brings it to reality, and the work you do in pursuing those goals makes it possible for it to be in existence. So thank you very much, sir. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And like you said, these are his platforms, social media presence and the likes that you can reach out and ask questions and stay connected. But while on this call, I'm certain that some of us have questions to ask, and at this junction, the platform is open for questions. If you have a question, do drop it on the chat box or just unmute and ask your question. We're not really much in the room, so I'm sure we can be more intimate. So questions, comments, feedback. Platform is open. I have my question, and if we don't have question, I will start with mine. Perhaps when we get into mine, by the time we end up answering mine, there will be no room for yours again. So please, if you have a question, okay, we are having a shy class. People don't want to ask a question. I see names. I see Comfort, Ngozi, Yabode, Babatunde, Seida, Miriam, Blessing, Felix, Joy, Dan, and the like. So please, question. Except what he did was so exceptional and well understood that there's no question. Oh, thank you very much, sir. That's Dr. Benga's channel where he motivates us. I am part of that channel. So please click on the link and follow. So question, question, question. So I think you did so good. You did so well that it's well taken and they have their goals set already. So for next year, what we'd like to do is we don't just want to set goals and that's the end of it. We want to be more intentional. You have your goals set right now and it's open to being refined. Please review those goals, ensure that they are set, adequate, authentic, and good to go for 2025. And in 2025, with the Academy, we'll be getting facilitators, including our facilitator for tonight, where we'll be reviewing our goals on a quarterly basis to see the progress, what you've done, what is pending, what are the limiting factors, the limitations, so we all grow and achieve. Your skills is not just skills until you monetize. Your goals are not just goals until you achieve them. So we are converting, we're making gold. All right, so feedback, since there are no questions, we'll take feedback then. Feedback, kindly unmute and share a feedback. So please say that, go ahead and unmute.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
First of all, I would like to thank not the moderator, the coach, for his training, for everything he said. I think that from now, I will not be limited. Yes, because I know that everything I have as the goals, I could achieve them. And for this, I would like to thank him. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Seida. Seida is a good friend. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, we'll take maybe two more. Samuel Uyere, I see you. I see my own very own impactful leader, Stella George. Okay, so we'll take two more, then we'll call tonight's session a wrap so we can wrap our head around what we already have and build on it. So two more, and we call this evening a close. Aha. Okay, two more. Nobody. Let me ask my question. I have a question. Our dear coach, thank you very much for... Okay, good evening. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. I said good evening because of my time zone anyway. So wherever you are, good days to you. And I want to say a big thank you to the organizers, facilitators, and moderator. And it was quite genius of the facilitator to tell us to write what we would love to have if there were no limitations. It was like a dream, just the way he put it. And of course, I got really a bit wild, writing things. Then by the time he now brought it down to reality, that we should write down things we want to achieve by next year as if we had achieved them, I came back to reality. But the true thing is that there are some who have giants within them that are sleeping. And when you write those things down, you find out that you can actually achieve these things if only you set your mind to work on it and you are ready to make sacrifices, to go extra miles, hiring a consultant, get a mentor, study more, read books to achieve your goal. And of course, work towards it. You can't aim to speak in an international organization when you don't even have a single paper published in your name yet, that you don't even have anything to showcase online or somewhere in any published book or article. So this evening session is really a motivational one. And personally, it has galvanized me to act that there are some things I need to do to achieve some goals. Thank you very much once again. Over.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you for that feedback. Thank you. It's well appreciated. Okay, so we'll take one more before we call tonight's session a wrap. One more. And there are people that would like to hear their contribution. I see Abdurrahim Oriagba, another amazing leader. So, sir, I would like to hear your feedback.
I see I've been put on the spot right here, right? I think Coach Binga and Coach Ades, you guys will put me on the spot, right? It's all right. I see we always recognize ourselves when we're in the field. And that's actually why I kept quiet. But thank you very much for the rare opportunity. Right, I'm also an executive integrative life coach. And I would say that what you have done is exceptional, right? One thing that you have actually done, which is one of my core areas, is stimulate thinking. So when you tell people, write down if there was no barrier, if nothing was impossible, feel free to think. People have this rare opportunity to do that because every day they have a plan, a routine they keep doing back to back every time. You ask somebody, come and do this, they don't have time. They're always busy. But that short window, you allow them to dream. You allow them to think. For me, I thought that was very phenomenal, right? So it's very good. And then narrowing it down to that one thing. You see that one thing, everybody has been looking for it. Interesting. Everybody has been looking for that one thing. Meanwhile, and writing your plans, and then coming back to that one thing, I said that was phenomenal. I think for me, it's a fantastic takeaway because in as much as I was in it, all I just did was when you said dream, I just started dreaming. I said I'll be part of it. Let me just go through the process. For 2025, I went through the process. That one thing I wrote, and I looked at the list. I said, Ryan, this is how you have started. So I put it there. And what I intend to do, and I'll say this to everybody, I wrote it and I dumped it. I said at the end of 2025, December, I'll come back to this list. I actually typed it on my phone. I didn't write it on the paper. I typed everything on my phone and I kept it there. So the whole plan is by December 2025, I'm going to come back to that list and check it. And then I'm going to give Binga and Adesa a call to say, okay, guys, see what has happened. Let's take records. And if I have change, I'll come and collect my change. If it overhammers, I'll share the offerings. All right. So thank you very much. Great work, guys. Great work.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you for that. The act is amazing. Don't just write go. I think that's one of the take home for me. Don't just write go and leave it there. Act on it. Go the mile and act on it. So at this junction, I want to sincerely appreciate each and every one of us for coming on call. It's been an amazing and a fruitful session. Lots of value shared. It's left for us to get to work and start working. And please, the link was shared to the WhatsApp holding room. Here we will share consistent feedback. We will also follow up and you get to stay updated. This is what we want to do on a quarterly basis in 2025, just to follow up on your goals and ensure that you're on track. If you're interested, this is not compulsory. It's not paid for. It's totally free. So So if you're available, you're okay, you're good to go with it. Within the community, you can find yourself an accountability partner that would support your growth. Then generally, you bring in facilitator to put us through if there are gaps. You get to ask questions and they'll be responded to. These are sessions that you really have to pay a lot of money for. We'll be offering this for free next year. So thank you very much for joining in and staying with us till this very moment. And at this junction, we will be calling this session a close. So please feel free to unmute, put on your camera. Let's see your face. Let's take a screenshot and know that we are
Item
here.
7.
Aha, item 7 will
7.
come after the pictures.